Hey, this is Nightmare Network, and you are listening to The Terror of Willowbrook House. Enjoy the story. The Terror of Willowbrook House. I never believed in ghosts, not until I moved into Willowbrook House. The moment I set foot in that old, decaying mansion, I felt an overwhelming dread settle deep within my bones. It wasn't the kind of house you'd find in a classic horror movie. It was far worse. The atmosphere carried an undeniable malevolence that clung to my every step. My fascination with abandoned places had led me to this place, but the allure of Willowbrook House quickly soured. The real estate agent practically gave it away, and I now understand why. The house seemed to be in a perpetual state of decay, as if it were rotting from within. The first night, I heard the whispers. Soft, muffled voices that seemed to emanate from behind the cracked wallpaper. I dismissed it as my imagination, the product of an overactive mind. But the voices persisted, growing clearer each night, their words indecipherable, their intent sinister. One evening, as I lay in bed, I saw her. A young girl, perhaps 8 or 9 years old, standing at the foot of my bed. Her eyes were hollow and mournful, and her nightgown was stained and torn. My heart raced, and I reached for the light switch. She vanished into thin air, but the smell of damp earth lingered, a nauseating stench that filled my room. With each passing night, the ghostly child grew more malevolent. Her presence was accompanied by a bone-chilling cold that seemed to seep into my very soul. I tried to communicate with her, asking her name, but all I received were anguished sobs and threats whispered through the shadows. I researched the history of Willowbrook House, uncovering a tragic tale of a family who had lived there a century ago. The little girl, Lily, had gone missing one stormy night, never to be seen again. Her family had lived in torment, believing her to be lost in the nearby woods. But I now knew where she had gone, and the reason for her torment was becoming all too clear. Lily's story became a relentless nightmare, and I felt compelled to help her find peace. The whispers in the walls were growing more menacing, as if they were trying to drive me mad. I learned of a hidden room in the basement, a secret chamber where the Bellamy family, Lily's parents, had performed dark rituals to summon her spirit back. In the dark and musty basement, I found the hidden door to that forbidden room. The walls were etched with pentagrams and ancient symbols, oozing an otherworldly darkness. In the center of the room lay an old, ornate mirror, its glass cracked and tarnished. Lily's reflection stared back at me, her eyes now filled with anger and malice. I reached out to the mirror, and my hand passed through the glass as if it were water. In that moment, I knew what I had to do. I had to bring Lily back to her parents, but the child I saw was no longer the innocent girl from before. She was something more, something sinister. With the mirror as my guide, I ventured into the spirit world. The transition was a descent into chaos, and I found myself in a nightmarish realm, an echo of the world I knew. The Bellamy family appeared before me, twisted and tormented. I led them to the mirror, where they were consumed by Lily's vengeful spirit. As the spirits of Lily and her family were reunited, a suffocating darkness enveloped them, and they vanished into an abyss of eternal suffering. Willowbrook House was silent at last, and the whispers had mutated into a haunting, deranged laughter. I never returned to that house, but the memory of that night still haunts me, an ever-present fear that claws at the edges of my sanity. Sometimes, in the darkest hours of the night, I can't help but wonder if Willowbrook House is truly empty, or if the malevolent spirits that once dwelled there are now free to terrorize the world beyond its decaying walls. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more such content. Thanks for watching.